All right, I'm going to show you how to build a product page in Weebly. Instead of using the e-commerce widget that we have been using, we're going to switch over to actually building it ourselves just so that we can make sure that it's customized with the VEI buy button. And we're having some issues getting the Weebly buy button to go away. And so we're going to do it this way. I'm going to show you. It's super easy. It's going to be pretty quick. I know that some of you will have to do a little bit of work transferring some things over, but it should go pretty quick. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go into this. I just made my own Weebly page. I'm going to go into the shop page and we're going to drag some elements in. So for each product now, you're going to need an image to start with. So I'm going to pull my image in here and I'm going to upload some images of some backpacks that I'm going to have. And I already put them on my computer. So let me find them. So I'm going to take this backpack here. I'm going to upload that in. Okay, so this takes up a lot of space and we don't really want all of that space. So we're going to kind of play around a little bit. And we're going to use another structure button called a spacer. So I'm going to click my spacer and I'm going to wait until I see that blue line that's up and down right here going to the right. And I'm going to click my spacer in there. Okay, you see how that shifted it over. Now we've made 2 columns. If you're doing categories, a lot of you have maybe like 3 categories, you can add another spacer over here on that side and do your categories. And I can show you how to do that after this. So now I'm going to add another image because I'm going to add my other backpack that I want to put next to it. I'm going to drag that into the right here so that it's the second column. It looks like it kind of did something funky, and you might have to drag it to different places. And sometimes I'll put the spacer and you see it added another spacer. So I could do 3 going across too. Let's see how that looks. So I'm going to grab another backpack image. All right. And I am going to add a third backpack image, except I'm not going to add an image this time. I'm going to add a slideshow because I have a product that I have multiple pictures for. And I'm going to choose thumbnails on the bottom here. Click continue. I'm going to add my photo. So I'm going to pull that also from, and it's this set. So these 4. And I can add them all at the same time. So you can click the first one and click shift and click, and then it'll select all of them. So I'm going to open these up. I can drag to reorder my photo, so whichever one I want first. And it looks like these are fine in the order that they are. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And let's see what happened to this image. I lost an image, so I'm going to come back in here and see what happened. There we go. Okay, so now it added a 4th one. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click into this one. I need to get rid of the spacer, so I'll get rid of the spacer in a minute. But so this is another way for you to do multiple photos. So what I want to do for this here, and let me see what's going on with my spacer. I'm going to move him here and see if I can get that spacer to go away. No. Again. There we go. So I just shifted them over and they went back to 3. So I want to add some information about each of these products. So I'm going to grab a text box and I'm going to put one down here. Now you see how the text box is going all the way across. I'm going to have to add spacers again. So, I'm going to call this the Urban Backpack. And then I'm going to give my description. I'm going to give my cost. All right. You can, like bold the title, whatever you want to do. There's whatever information. So instead of it going to a product page like it was going to, now it's all going to stay just on this shop page. So I want to add another spacer so I can do my next one. So I'm going to grab my spacer and I'm on this box and I want it to the right of this box here. All right, and I'm going to add my next text box there. Then I can add, this is I add my description, I add my cost, and then I'm going to add one more text box. All right, I want to see that line. as it's thinking. See, it kind of did the same thing. So you got to kind of play a little bit with the spacer because it'll just keep adding columns for you. But once you click it into place, it's going to be level. One more time. That should do it. Shift this guy over. We shifted them. There we go. So my last one. Give my description. Give my cost. Okay. So you're going to do this for all of your products. All right. Now some of you have categories, and maybe instead in shop you want it to go right to categories. So say that I decided I wanted this to be a category. So I'm going to have you know, my backpack category. My images aren't going to match up, and that's okay right now. So just so that you get the idea of how to do it. So I have backpacks. I have outdoor equipment. And I have indoor games. So those are my three. So let's say those are my three categories. Here are my images that go with them. I can go ahead and center this if I want to. I can click here and click center. You know, so it's right underneath. So what we want to do is we want to now direct this to our backpacks page. But in order to have a backpacks page, I need to add the page. So if I go up to the top here to pages, I'm going to add a standard page that says backpacks. And you have a couple options here. I can hide it in the navigation so that you don't see it. So if you, I'm going to uncheck it, hold on, and you can see up here, there's a backpacks. I don't want it there, so I'm going to hide it in the navigation. I'm going to click done. Let me add my other pages. I have outdoor equipment. I'm going to hide it in the navigation and click done. And then I'm going to add my indoor games, hide it in the navigation, and hit done. So a couple things can happen here. I can say, hey, it'd be really great if the customer clicked shop or could hover over shop. So I could take backpacks and I drag it up to under shop and I just indent it just a little bit. See how it indented? So now when I click on shop, when I hover over shop, let me do all of them and then maybe it'll show me once I get out of here. So I can do this. Oop, that hovered twice. All right. So if I want to go ahead and back into build, if I go hover over shop, what's going to happen? I'm going to publish it and show you what's going to happen so you know what that means. So from the customer's point of view, when I hover over shop, I know what I did. I hid it in the navigation. Remember when I did that? So in this case, if I want to unhide it. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Sorry guys, sometimes it just doesn't do its thing. Not thinking all the way through. So now when I hover over shop, backpacks is there. If you want that, then you want to keep it in the navigation and then you do what I showed you where you indent it. If you decide, hey, I don't want it in the navigation, I want them to click on shop and then get to it, we can do that too. So go back to shop, you have your categories, you need to link them to the page. So I'm going to click in here, I'm going to click link. I have a standard page that I created, I'm going to link it to backpacks. All right. I need to also do that though for the text too, because that means your customer can click on either the image or the text. So I'm going to click this is the link button, looks like a chain link, linking it to my standard page that's called backpacks, and we're done. So now, from the customer's point of view, once it loads, I'm going to click into shop. I'm going to click on backpacks, and it's going to take me to that rose flowered backpack page. All right, so play around with that, see how you can make this work. This is going to work just as well as using the Weebly e-commerce widget. I know it's just a little bit more work, but it does let you customize it just a little bit more. So as I said, let me know if you have any questions and I can help you build that product page.